teams in rebounding, and certainly this should be a good battle overall.
Well, Madison Scott, she hasn't cooled off the last 11 games. She's talented. I like the inside action going right.
Alabama, but Mike Neighbors putting her in the starting lineup, and Erin Barnum, who has had this team this year with nearly 16 points a game. Ole Miss searching for the first points, and it comes and spending the final year with Ole Miss. 43 and white. That has been a staple inside to Barnum, and Barnum who's running the floor position.
Look at the players right now. The floor is spread, and then you have your rim runner just streaking down the middle of the floor.
2 decades. And off the miss, putting it right back as he bought. And the job that she's done with this program, she said, hey, look, the rim and in the paint so far, they've gotten 6 paint points and also making frequent trips to the.
As Coach Yo talked about, she wanted to take away 2 of the 3. Utility sub. She can come in as your 6th man, your 7th man, or when Arkansas is taking care of the basketball. You know, you look at the number of possessions that they've had thus far. They are 3 or 4 from the field, are shooting 75% from the free throw line, but they've turned it over 4 times. So ball security, it's whether it's a charge, they're turning the ball over with 3 seconds called. Those are the things.
5 miscues for the Razorbacks. Crossover and pull-up is true. With the take to the hoop, no good. Barnum comes up with the offensive rebound and back to work for the Razorbacks. Back to Perf.
It was a good defensive effort to get your feet.
For the good look in the open one for Erin Barnum, who knocks down the triple first.
Nice pull-up jumper going to the mid-range game right there. And that, to me, Thompson did a nice tool that they use to evaluate teams in contention for at-large bids in the NCAA tournament.
Worked well for them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this league is so fierce. Well, when you're driving the basketball in, you need to go people. And look at this dribble drive lane. Ole Miss right now.
Meanwhile, Ole Miss trying to close out this. Sam Spencer didn't even think about it, unconscious as she.
Looking to put the ball inside. Here comes a little bit of a double, and then she's able to hit her open teammate.
Who sees time winding down on the shot clock, runs it in.
There's good footwork and good patience. You know, a player like that, and here comes a steal right now. Look at this double. Look at this kick out here. Nice footwork to go into for the layup, and then you cannot be careless right here. You cannot be. Here comes the inbound. Spencer right there. You got to make sure that you have an execution on every possession. What Arkansas does best, and here they're getting back to the attack. Neighbors talked about the confidence.
Fans in Fayetteville have to be happy.
It was. I mean, the Razorbacks really set the tone, especially coming out of the second quarter. But they're doing.
And they dominated, holding Ole Miss to a season-low 20 points in the first half.
Ole Miss really struggled in the second.
Of board, and she's fouled. That's one area that you can point to that they did do well in terms of.
They have a 9.5 plus rebounding margin over their opponents. And Spencer is one of the figure out how to keep her in front of you, because her first step is even we defend, so start doing it. Back floor players getting to their spots and spreading the defense, and then they, instead of settling for the 3 or settling for a jumper, you have Davis taking it to the hole. I can see the mismatch that Arkansas saw by putting Poffenbarger inside. The high-low pass was just a little on the high side and went out of bounds, but that high-low action makes sure that Arkansas does.
Destiny Salary picks up the foul.
Maybe looking at, but again, the dribble penetration to the dump down to Barnum, that is textbook high-low perfectly. When Arkansas has
Barnum, who has just been fantastic tonight, 22 points for her team, and Snutta Collins.
There's the dribble drive to the kick out, and I love that she was locked in. The Knights are going to be key right now for this Ole Miss team. Again, that's a high percentage shot, and if they're taking the same.
The great SEC season continues. Thursday night doubleheader coming your way. Kentucky in one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Number 1, South Carolina hosting the Wildcats at 7. Then third frame.
And Arkansas, to me, off a whole lot tougher than they did and not giving her those easy looks.
Pushing it back the other way. You talked about the foot speed and the quickness of Sam Spencer.
Well, nice take here to put the player underneath the rim, and maybe she can knock this one down to give her team a 1 point. And then your post defender has to come over and kind of help a little bit. It took her off of offensive execution, and extremely good at getting on the offensive glass. 18-2 from the offensive boards. They've got 48 points in the paint. Make it 50. Who's able to elevate and knock down shots back into this game and putting it in away from the paint, and she was able to do some things there. Good extra pass. Nice extra elevating and getting into the paint.
It's Taylor with the take baseline
to make there, because you do have to protect the shooter.
Seconds on the way, but she gets them at the charity.
Yeah, Scott definitely took the 10 to 12 foot range. And defensively, ISO look inside. Again, a lot of time taken off the clock here. You know, you could easily